4:15 through 4:21. Speaking of Taurus, we have the sun moving into the sign of Taurus on Friday the 19th. So this is going to help us, right? This is going to help us get a little more grounded, get a little more down into our body. And so we have the sun square Pluto a lot of the week. We are starting to make our way towards the full Scorpio moon. And we have on Monday 4:15, well, we've reached about the 2 week. No, we haven't. That's not true. We got another week. I was going to say thought we were reaching the point there, getting a little farther from that solar eclipse, but we do have another full week till we can really say that we're out of it. So Monday the 15th, we have the moon moving into the sign of Leo in the evening. Okay, so that means most of the day we're going to have the moon in the sign of Cancer. The moon's going to be square Mercury. It's got a bunch of trines going on, though, with Mars, with Saturn, with Neptune. Okay, so trines are a little bit easier aspect, although Mercury stuff is still going on. So we want to watch our words, but get lost in art. Get lost in your creative projects. There's so much great energy for that on Monday the 15th.
And moon in Leo is probably the best moon there is.
Really? From a person with the moon in Leo? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a classic thing for someone with Leo to say.
Absolutely.
Totally self-centered.
No.
But,
healthy selfish.
Yes. Leos value themselves.
Yeah.
So within that, see, that's a great segue. Put a lot of value into yourself this week and really think, or not this week, but the Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday where Leo's really active in the moon's energy. Moon is your emotional space. It's like your comfort zone. And to be in Leo, which is kind of like this childlike energy and playful and fun and out there and wants to be seen by people. It's really just like seeing yourself as beautiful and an amazing piece of work, a piece of art, and just getting creative and valuing who you are within that.
I like that. You really got like the perfect chart to be a performer, didn't you? A Taurus sun, so you can be grounded, beauty, all that stuff, right? You're a Virgo rising.
I'm a Virgo rising. I have a massive Gemini stellium in the 10th house of Capricorn. So I would say I have a really great chart for someone to be a grounded performer. There's a lot of different charts you could have to be a performer, but sometimes that would include some other elements that I don't have in my chart that could make like partying more of a thing and all those. So I appreciate my chart because it's very grounded and earthy within the air and fire.
I'm very grateful for that too. And I love when people align to their chart. Like they come in and they get a reading and I'm like, you'd be good at, I try to have people not tell me a lot. It's like, you'd be good at this. Do you work in this field? And they're like,
yes.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah, because they're naturally drawn to that. I love that. So Tuesday, the 16th, I have some stars on it because there's a beautiful trine going on with the moon in Leo trining Mercury, Venus, and Neptune. So I had stars on that. And then, Glori, you brought out, what were you going to say about it?
From what I see, it looks like the moon is opposing Pluto as well. So that can be some massive change.
Opposite, with the trine with Venus and the moon opposite Pluto, that could be some sexy energy too, right? So I think the 16th could be a fabulous day.
Yes.
Yeah, especially if you're
fun.
Yeah, and if you're dating or something like that, so the 16th would be really activated.
Yeah,
so
go do a little coffee shop date. Go do something fun. Like, it's a Tuesday. I wouldn't say like go clubbing kind of thing, but go to like a library or like go meet people like doing cool, interesting, artistic-y kind of things. A little more comfortable. Like Leo rules like cats. And when I think of that, I think of like the house cat, and it's like it's comfort zones. It likes to lay in the sun rays shining in through the window. Like, go do those kind of things that make you feel really just like comfortable and warm and fuzzy.
I
And
like that.
yeah, whether
It's the
that's at
heart.
home or going out and meeting people, like
Right.
that reminds me of a like sipping a cappuccino at a nice coffee shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
And maybe, if you're dating, you go out on a date and, or maybe you visit, maybe you have someone from the past that shows up or you go out to lunch with
Yeah.
somebody because there's all the
Go
revisiting and
go do a pottery class, like, or something, like do a little like drop-in art class or something, or
yeah.
get a tarot reading
Ooh,
in
yeah, I can get
Kent.
a tarot reading again if you want or virtually. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Wednesday the 17th, we have the moon still in Leo. It's square Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, and it's trining Mercury and Venus. And then the sun is trining the moon. So I have written down for the 17th, you might think that you have it all figured out, but be flexible, please. Okay. Flexibility. Leo is a fixed sign. It's not always known for flexibility. The sun and moon trining each other. What is your take on the 17th?
Um, so Moon squares Uranus is what it's saying.
And Jupiter.
Uranus. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, yeah. Things could get big quickly because Uranus and Jupiter like to expand.
Mm-hmm.
Uranus is also Aquarius, which actually works really well with Leo energy. They're very
Mm.
compatible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't be too stubborn, don't be too fixated on things, but also like it could be a really fun day to go do things with people. Like if your date Tuesday goes really well, maybe you go meet them again on Wednesday and you take a walk. You go get some fresh air. You climb a tree or
mm.
something. Like
Climb a
just
tree. Yeah, I think
climb a
that's
tree.
top on people's dating list. All right. So Wednesday or Thursday the 18th, we have the moon moving into Virgo by about 10:10 a.m. The sun will be square Pluto still. And so Virgo, Virgo, you love the details. So show up in the details. Make sure your taxes are done. Make sure that it's a good time to like clean and go through things. And we already said to go through your notebooks. Go
Yeah.
through stuff. What do you think?
Well, so for me, I love a Virgo moon.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's gonna love a Virgo moon. Virgo energy is something that people have a lot of opinions on because it can be a little harsh and strict. But for me, I'm a Virgo rising, so it's like it makes me feel at home. It's my favorite time.
Mm.
So Virgo puts a lot of health on a lot of perspective on health and
Yeah.
fitness and diet,
Yeah.
and Virgos tend to have sensitive stomachs.
Yeah.
So if you notice you're feeling like a little more sensitive that time, like try to like eat a little healthier that day so you're not like restricted by your diet and like restricted your movement or what you're capable of doing that day. Um,
That's a good point.
go do something fun that's active that makes you feel really good about yourself in your body. A Virgo wants
Mm.
to feel like proud of their body and what it can do and how it can move.
I love it. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury's in retrograde. So you may be wanting to take a look at your diet, especially as we approach the sun moving into Taurus, because Taurus to me rules like gardens and a nice meal, right? And beauty. And so wanting to really take a peek. Thursday, the 18th, would be a great time to kind of maybe review some menus, review some recipes that you want to make.
It's also, if you're not feeling that energy, it's totally cool to munch on snacks and sit on the couch.
Oh,
Like
okay. You're giving
like
us permission.
yeah, sure. But like not feeling like if you're listening to this and now you're feeling like, oh, now I have to be active on Thursday the 18th. You don't. It's just that perspective of like the balance of what food is with your health and how movement affects your health and like the perspective on how you need to feel internally.
Right.
But like if this is a very intense month, so sometimes you actually might want to take those days to just tell yourself what's health for me is relaxing and not
Yeah.
overthinking these details.
Absolutely. And maybe it's just concentrating on some healthy snacks. Maybe that's just you just need to just chill and relax. And Virgo loves to read a good book. Make some
Yeah. I
Popcorn,
mean,
homemade
like,
popcorn.
I think some people I've heard already put kale in their garden. So if your kale is at all leafy, make some kale chips.
How's it going to be leafy on
I don't
April?
know.
Yeah, I don't know where you think these people live.
Maybe take a few weeks, right? To like
Maybe.
germinate and grow or whatever.
Maybe your
I don't
sister
know.
in Hawaii. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go into Friday the 19th, and we have the sun that moves into Taurus at 10 in the morning. And we have a trine going on with Jupiter and a trine with Uranus. The moon will be opposite Saturn and Mars. Sun is still square Pluto. And I wrote down, with a little luck, you might just get a lot done.
Yeah. So I'm personally most excited for this day.
Yeah,
Like I
because
think
it's your birthday month.
well, not even that. It's just energies that I'm very comfortable in and I know very well. So I'm very excited for those energies. And it's just like, it's double Earth. That is
Mm,
so calming.
yeah.
And like, it's just beautiful with Taurus coming up, with Venus coming in and ruling and taking over. Like, you can't really go wrong with that. Not a
Yeah.
biased opinion. A lot of people love the sign Taurus. And
Yeah.
what it represents of your belongings and the things that you love and hold value in.
All the
So
beautiful things, jewelry, and even though it's not the best time to be buying it, even though I
you
have a
can
store
look
and
at
I hate
what
to
you
say
own.
it, you can look
You
at what
can
you own.
polish.
You can get some of your jewelry out to clear on the full moon that's coming up, right? I love to
You
do
can
that.
put your winter clothes away and take out your summer clothes.
Yep.
You could start getting prepared for the big change of season.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can put your moon water out because we're going to be getting close. The full moon will be on Tuesday, the 23rd. So as we move into the weekend, I would just get a jug of water out. We're drinking our moon water tea right now that we
Oh,
just
I
made.
didn't know
And
it was
oh
moon
yeah,
water. Oh,
this is
exciting.
Libra full moon water that we're still sipping on here.
Mm.
So just kind of has the vibes, right? Has some good vibes of, and helps us align with the energy of the moon, which to me is what astrology is all about. But maybe that's my perspective. I am a Cancer rising ruled by the moon. So, all right, now we move into the weekend and we have the moon entering Libra at 11:08 p.m. on Saturday. So most of the day on Saturday we'll have a Virgo experience. It's going to have a trine with Jupiter and Uranus. It's going to be opposite Neptune and Mars. I had down spring clean, spring dream. Continuation of those themes. And Saturday 420, I just have to put in a plug here. That Saturday 420, we have the amazing Scottish psychic Hilary MacDonald in person at our Connecticut location. She is a lovely person. I think she actually has a Libra moon. And she's usually only available over Zoom, but on Saturday the 20th, she'll be in person in Kent and she'll be available over Zoom. So I would make an appointment with her if you can on Saturday 420, celebrating some freedoms that we have here in the United States on 420. As we move into the 21st, where the moon will be in Libra.
Can I
Uh,
go off of the 20th quickly, just with
yes,
the Virgo
yes.
energy? So I'm trying to think of like what's going on in most people's lives, and I know people around my age who are in college are coming up on finals. So
Oh.
it's a lot about studying and
Mm,
preparation for the next week or so, where like you're going to be going through probably like the graduation process for a lot of people and
good point.
testings and all of that. So like totally like if you're able to take Friday, Saturday to study, that's going to be a really great time to gain knowledge and to wrap your head around that whole
Absolutely.
situation.
See
Yeah.
why it's so nice to have a young special guest co host that knows about college students because I wouldn't even have thought of that. So
I
thank you.
only know that because of other people.
Other friends. Okay. All right. So Sunday, the 21st, when the moon is in Libra, it'll be opposite Mercury and Neptune. It'll be trine Pluto. So anytime there's a trine with Pluto, I always think it's kind of like sexy energy. There's a lot of power. And then, but you want to enjoy the beauty Taurus season, and it's also Venus. Libra's ruled by Venus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. We got Venus sun, Venus moon. But we want to still continue to choose our words wisely. Whenever there's an opposition with Mercury, we want to pay attention to that. But then we're in a retrograde. And then we're heading to a full moon. It just layers and layers.
I just think dress up really cute, feel really good about yourself, and go with a friend or a date or something. And don't go to a town to go spend a lot of money, but just go to like Kent, Connecticut or something and just walk through the shops. I know our store has a lot of little things that aren't massive expenses. I would just say like Sunday's a great day. I hope weather agrees with me.
Yeah.
But if it's a sunny day, if it's like 45 degrees or more and sunny,
Yeah.
like go put on a cute outfit and walk through town and feel really good about like your interactions. Like go to the coffee shop and talk to the person at the register. Go
Yeah.
like interact with people in the line with you. If you want to go to lunch and like talk to the person next to you, like go interact with people and just like really appreciate humanity that day.
Ooh, I love this. And like Libra rules relationships, right? And like in the month ahead in the readings for each sign, one of the themes that kept coming up was someone's knocking on your door. And I find Mercury retrogrades, people come back into your life. And so
Yeah.
you may find that during the Libra moon, during a Mercury retrograde, you know, you go dress up and walk through town and you never know who
You're
happens to be back in town.
You're gonna go meet like your old first crush from preschool. Like they're
So
gonna
look
be right
good.
there.
Look good.
Yeah.
You can
Also, call your mother.
Oh, yeah. Libra
Yeah.
and
Call your
grandmother.
mother.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. And also, I'm not a big fan of window shopping because I'm a store owner, but it's a great weekend to window shop and kind of think about your style and beauty. And then when Mercury retrograde ends, go back and get those pieces that really stood out to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
As you should do in general with shopping is like look for the pieces that you want, get to know them. If
yeah.
you leave the store, obviously not our store. If you like anything in our store, buy it right away. But anywhere else, like if you leave the store and you feel like I can't live without that piece that I saw, then you know that it's worth
Yeah,
it.
and that's kind of how I feel about spending money in general nowadays. I've been taking a lot of money classes, and it's like, is that really what you want? So taking that little bit of a pause to make sure. So I'm going to pull a couple cards. You pull a couple cards for this Taurus week and the Mercury retrograde continued week, heading to a full Scorpio moon. So talk about intense, okay? I have a lot of planets in Scorpio, so I can say it. Scorpios are intense. We already have so much going on. There's a huge amount of intensity. Pluto is one of the ruling planets of Scorpio, along with Mars, its co-ruler, original ruler. So we know that there's a lot going on with Mars in general. We know there's tons of Aries planets, Aries, new moon, all that. And then the other ruler, Pluto, just moved into the sign of Aquarius. So this Scorpio moon is going to be really interesting. There's going to be shown to us what needs to change, okay, if there was any doubt before. So what do you got?
So I have the Nine of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Swords to me feels like kind of some of the Virgo energy. Virgo can be really hard on the self and very like looking in a mirror and critiquing everything about you. You have to be very cautious not to do that, not to be too hard on yourself. Virgo can find a balance though in that they start to notice the things they might not want to represent as much and how to change that and move forward in a healthy manner. But you have to make sure you're finding the healthy manner or else it can just be really negative self-talk.
Right.
But you have this really abundant King of Pentacles there that just kind of balances out all of that. It goes into the Cancer and the Leo and everything, and even the Libra. I don't know. It feels so just powerful, abundant, in charge, comfortable.
Mm.
Everything's taken care of.
Yeah, he's a
Right.
Taurus king. He's
I
got
think he's more
everything there.
Capricorn, right?
Well, he's a pentacle. He's Earth, so he's any of the
Yeah.
Earth sign
He's
kings.
strong. He's
Look at
got
those
massive
thighs.
thighs.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like, it's almost like, don't worry, the money's coming. Just pay attention to the details. Watch your spending.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't,
be cautious of spending. Don't overdo it. Your paycheck's gonna come in any day. You're like, don't overthink it, don't overstress about it. There's a lot of stuff with the eclipses. There could be little personal things with people. There could be like little falling outs or disagreements with people, but it's not the end of the world.
yeah,
And you might, once retrograde ends, you also might come to conclusions that you feel good
yes.
about again with it.
Yep. So take note in your journal how you're feeling at the moment. Nine of Swords can be very activated mind. Pour it out into the journal so that you can go back and see it later too with the retrograde.
If someone does you dirty, though, know your value and don't forget your value when retrograde ends and they try to come back.
Ooh.
Or if someone tries to come back in retrograde who has done you dirty before, know your
Gotcha.
value.
Gotcha.
Let's
I
just
like
do
that. I like that. Okay, so my cards for the week, I got the Strength card, which is the crone in this deck, the Green Witch. This is our card of the year because 2024 equals the number 8. So this is the Strength card. The version, it's like in the older years here, the wisdom, the maturity. We're talking a lot about looking in the mirror and accepting some of this that we all age if we're lucky.
What I like is that sometimes the Strength card is this power display with the lion. It's fighting the lion, it's overpowering the lion. This one is walking as equals with the lion, being like protected and isn't Leo's prominent this week? Leo rules the lion. It's just like, do your hair.
Do your
Leo rules hair.
Yeah.
Big hair this week.
Yeah, I like that.
Wash it and blow dry it.
Show up.
Get your hair done. Book it now. So actually retrograde when this comes out. It's still be retrograde. But just go get a blowout.
Yeah, just do something and embrace the fact that we're all aging. And I know there's some Virgo energy this week.
Gracefully is one of the most beautiful things.
And accepting the power that comes with that. And I know being on videos, it definitely accentuates seeing the aging process. It's a little hard sometimes to see yourself. But this week with Virgo energy asking you not to nitpick yourself too hard. Okay. And then I got the 9 of Wands. So we both got 9s, right?
Yeah.
You had a 9 also. I have 9 of Fire.
So many things on the table.
So many options, so many projects, so many irons in the fire. And almost like don't forget the magic here too. Okay, so there's a lot of power, a lot of magic, a lot you're overseeing, a lot of good stuff, I hope. As we move